It's me, Percita, and this is Percita's Paradox. Here we are, the month of June, Thursday, feeling good. How was your Memorial Day? Mine, not too shabby. Had to do some work, but after that, enjoyed myself immensely. Had a little travel with the family. Felt fantastic. In the interim, cannot believe how much you guys showed out on the last video. Cannot believe the response. It's been amazing. Thank you so much. Not quite sure what happened, but I appreciate you all the more. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for joining the channel. And of course, the OGs who have been sharing like crazy, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. I clearly see that you all enjoy the nutritional talks, and we will get back to that. And I will definitely make sure that I add more nutrition conversations into this channel, because that is really truthfully what I'm known for. In my personal training, I've always been pretty known to give my clients a real personal, quote unquote, experience, not only just with the physical attributes of learning about fitness, but more in the mindset of just talking to them and a little bit more on the counseling mental side of it. So I'm understanding that that's something that is desired, and I absolutely will add to that. So I just wanted to make that announcement, put that out there, tell you again so much for your unbelievable amount of love and support for the last video. And I greatly appreciate all the feedback and all of the things that I can correct, and all the inquiries in regards to training in itself. Amazing. So now that I've said all that, remember to like, share, and comment. Subscribe, of course, to this channel. If you have made it this far, then guess what? You're ready to hear me talk about something pretty interesting today. And today I want to talk about compassion. And you might say, in what sense of the word, Percita? I mean, what is really happening? And that is really the question for me right now. Like, what is really happening? It feels like everyone is overly sensitive. It feels like things are completely out of sorts in regards to the way that we emotionally handle things. Everyone is taking things out of perspective and taking their own perceptions and spinning those perceptions and making them something that they could possibly be not. And I'm just wondering, are we losing the idea as a society of walking in some sense of compassion? And what I mean by that is that, can we honestly say that every time we're feeling something about something, we take the time to try to put ourselves in the person's shoes, or change or turn the table in regards to the other aspect or the other angle of what the circumstance or the situation can be? And I'm saying that because I'm noticing so much people who I know love each other, who I know are there for each other in normal ways and senses of life, but they're just having a really huge line of communication that is completely distorted and just not very empathetic. And for me, I'm just at a space where I'm hoping that we stop imploding within ourselves and understand that the COVID situation, of course, was traumatic for the entire world, not just one particular household. We all, as a whole, have been affected by it. And there's something about just that has really caused people to implode on themselves. Normally, as a society, we try to come together. And even if we're not coming together, the disdainment that we have for one another is not quite as abruptly blunt as it's been in regards to the way we've been. And I'm just wondering what we need to do to get back to it. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not talking about the blatant things of life. As a Black woman, I can absolutely tell you things like racism and things like systematic despair in my community of being Black in America. That's something that I feel like has just perpetuated into a significant expression of disrespect. On top of that, I'm expressing things have just gotten even bad within our own community as far as each culture as itself and as it's standing alone. Because of course, when, most people are talking about what I'm talking about, we're really just kind of repeating the conversation that's been going on for 400 plus years of just the systematic racism of life for the African American, the Latina American, the Asian American, of course, the Native American who started the entire, scenario. And then here we come as Black people building a country that doesn't accept us. That's not really what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that even in regards to that, it's just gotten significantly worse. And I'm wondering what we can do individually, because it's not really something that I feel like most will talk about on a larger platform. But what can we do individually? Like, what can I do is what I ask myself daily in moving through the world, with the mask, without the mask, with the vaccination, without the vaccination. What can I do to remain human in it all and still keeping a line of compassion, not only for myself and my family and the people that I care about, but also for the people that are outside of that realm of my life. And what I'm really hoping is that we get to a place where we just really learn to step out of ourselves, and instead of trying to force what we believe someone should already know, is to actually understand if they comprehend it or not. Meaning, are you expecting yourself from others more so than you understand? Are they capable? Is their intelligence on that level? Are they really being malicious, or are you just feeling as if they're being malicious? Do they actually have the tools to be malicious, or is it just something that is really sitting in you that just hits wrong? Because I really believe as a society right now, especially going into, the end of this so-called like moratorium type things. I'm in California. I don't know where you guys are, but I'm in California, and in California right now, all I'm hearing about are so many people that are going to be affected at the end of this month in regards to the moratorium on evictions and utility bills and, just things, just life. And it just doesn't feel very compassionate. It doesn't feel very open in regards to, regardless of if you were affected by COVID-19 financially or not, you should still be realistic and understanding that people have to live. And so many people have not been able to live or to regain any sense of livelihood. And you should worry about that, because that actually still will affect us all. And I've said it, and I've tried to be, as neutral about it as possible. But the truth of the matter is that I'm really conscious of the fact that I would really hope, and I pray daily, that our sense of empathy and compassion for just what's right can actually manifest, and manifest big and swiftly, so that people can be taken care of. Because let's just be honest, like, continuously blaming people, continuously putting, yourself in a position of what they should or shouldn't do, or what's fraud or what's not fraud, is like, I don't really know if that's effective. Matter of fact, I'm going to confirm to myself that's not effective, and it would seem more to come up with a solid solution to just help the people who want to be helped. Because let's just be honest, I'm also reading that half of the moratorium conversation in the state of California is that most people who do qualify for assistance don't know how to apply, can't seem to get in to apply, or just aren't applying altogether. So I don't know. I just woke up today with just this idea in my head of like really trying to love myself and others in a manner that I don't even know sometimes if we know that we need that type of love, but it's just trying to really be less self-absorbed and more conscious of just what's happening around you as well as what you need. I'm a big proponent on being self-aware, and I'm a big proponent on being, in self-care and loving yourself and always making sure that you're good first. And I would still tell you that that's important, because you'd have to feel good about yourself in order to exude that out and utilize your compassion and empathy. But in the exact same breath, I'm saying that once you know that you've attained that, don't knock or put a person in a position of negativity because they have not reached the level of what you've reached. Because we're all continuously learning. When you stop learning, you're dead. So we can guarantee ourselves that this is something that you need to do, and it's something that you want to do. And why do you want to do it? Because you want to be the best person you can possibly be. I don't think anyone wakes up with the idea of that they just kind of want to half do anything. Everyone wants to be great. Everyone wants to be seen as a leader. Everyone wants people to look up to them. There is no one that does not. But in the same breath, there's a price that you pay. There is work that has to be done for leaders. And if you are what you would call a leader, I am calling you, and I'm calling on you and calling you out a little bit to just simply say it's time. It's time for you to do what you know that you claim that you are here on this earth to do. And that is to live in a manner that causes people to shift because they admire you and respect you and want to get to that level of greatness, right? And at the same time, for all of us who have been waiting patiently for something to change in regards to our society and our race's foundation of where we quote unquote stand, and the systematic betrayal, right, for the minority group of people as a whole, specifically people of color, this is the time for us to rewrite the script. This is the time for us to utilize our voice. This is the time for us to hold the people that we put in office accountable. This is the time to do all of those things. So, again, I'm just going to push. We have to do better. We have to be better in regards to who we are to ourselves, in allowing ourselves to be compassionate within ourselves. And in the exact same breath, I am expressing that you need to be that for other people. So, it may or may not be a great video for you today. It's something that was on my spirit and I really wanted to let it go. So here it is. Be it as it may. Take it as you need. But that's just really where I feel like we need to be. In all things, I'm always going to ask you, no matter how you feel, to do the 3 things that I say, which is live life authentic. Even when it's not comfortable, even when you're literally up against every obstacle, even when you are going against the grain of what everyone else is doing, you make sure that you are living your life as authentic as possible, walking in your purpose, being the person that you're supposed to be. So as always, I thank you so much for joining me. I thank you so much for really supporting me. You guys have been amazing over the last couple of videos. Let's keep that momentum going. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.